Hi everyone, Kremlin here for the Techies. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use basic animation in 3ds Max. So to demonstrate, I'm just going to be shuffling these cubes around. Alright, let's get started. To start off, we're going to have to press Auto key down here. What it does is it calculates the position of the object in correlation to the frames down here. So if we move our frame tracker, you'll see that we have no animation. So let's add some. Alright, first of all, we're going to select all of them, make sure your tracker is at 0 frames, and press the key button. Now this establishes their position at the frame 0. So, now to add some motion, we'll have to scroll this over to say 15, and we'll start moving these around. What Auto key allows us to do is it sets a key automatically when we're done moving. So now let's see what these movements have done. You'll see that the computer calculates the trajectory in which these guys travel. So they're just moving in a straight line over, just like we intended. Alright, now let's move these guys over. We'll move this cube over here, and this cube over here. Okay, and that looks pretty good. Now let's see what this has done. And there you go. Alright, now to add the next phase of our animation, let's move this over to 30, and we'll proceed. Now, we want to move this guy up, and we'll leave this cube down here for now as a reference, and we're going to move this cube and this cube. We can actually move them together. We'll move them to match up with this one. That looks about right. And we'll move this guy up to its buddy over here. And there we go. Now, you'll notice that I've made a complete loop here. So, where these cubes have started out, they have ended, or at least their representation. So now, if we want to make this a continuous loop, we'll go into our time configuration here and send the end time to 30 frames. Now, if we just play this, it should look pretty consistent, and it just keeps going over and over. Since our cubes are identical, this works. And this makes for a great effect. As you can see, it looks pretty cool, I think. So, yeah, that's the basics of animation. Also, one more thing. To do more precise animation with Auto key, you go into your curve editor up here, or actually down here. This gives you a little mini curve editor, but we'll use the big one for now. Now these guys, you can select whatever object you want, and you'll see the position in relation to the X, Y, and Z planes that it moves. And these, of course, you can move around in here, which is great. So we can move this over here, and we can change the curvature of it. So let's see what that did. Probably doesn't look as nice anymore. So there you go. It does some crazy jump out right there. That one right there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. To do more precise stuff, you go into the curve editor, but for basics, I think that the Auto key just in the modeling plane is fine. So I hope you learned something. This has been Kremlin for the Techies. Blueberry muffins, you know you want them, so go to th3techies.com.